Hello YouTube, let's play some chess. Playing against the 2089. Going for d4 and of course going for the Jobava London. And against the early bishop f5, I actually like to go for f3. And here just grab the full center. And I believe in some variations h4 is already an idea, but I believe in this case just developing is best. Let's go for that. Pawns are nicely defended. Could push, could pin the knight. Pinning it is annoying for him. So I'm threatening to really weaken his pawn structure there. So I'm probably gonna have to. Could consider this. Yeah, just loses a pawn. I'm gonna take. And probably just castle kingside. Now that the b file is open. And this diagonal is a little bit weak. They have a dark squared bishop. So that should be fine. I can always play king h1. Yeah, after full center, he has a bad pawn structure. This should be good for me. And can I already consider things like this? Pawn structure becomes better for him. Takes, takes, takes. After all this, do have some initiative, but don't think it's enough. Knight here might be nice. Attacking this. Yeah, I think that's a nice move. Not necessarily going for the bishop. But this pawn, and even if he defends the pawn, I might still go there. Like if he tries to move it, he just leaves it. That attacks the queen as well, so I believe it wins a pawn by force. He doesn't have time to take here. I take his queen. If he moves his queen, I can take the bishop. And if he takes back, then I can defend this in some way. Yeah, I think it's time to cash in. Let's go for this. Also now he doesn't have the bishop pair anymore. There's a question how I want to defend this. I could leave it. Like takes, takes, bishop takes, pawn takes here. And that looks good for me as well. Because his queen is light up with the king. This is also an idea. If the knight moves, takes, takes. Yeah, probably that's easiest. Let's go for this. Can also move here, doesn't really matter that much. Let's see. Already looking at c4. Queen coming in here with check. Let's say he takes. At least I can win the pawn back. So this should be a good move. Meanwhile, he's still not castled yet, so if he castles now, that would lose a pawn. So is this the best move here? Probably. Also, this bishop is basically staring into nothing. I need to develop my bishop, of course, at some point. He's either gonna have to move his king or that. Now the question is, am I gonna disallow him from castling? And then aim for this weakness, which is probably a good plan. Or am I just gonna take this and say I'm a pawn up? I'm gonna say this endgame is winning for me, so. And let's put the bishop here. Feel like that's best. Just defending this in case I need to. Ready to put a rook over. If a rook attacks this, I have rook f2. So important to use my a rook to start attacking here. And he's gonna try and defend. Can I sack a pawn and then go for this? Yeah, your king in the center here is okay, I guess. I'm already trying to see if I double up rooks, if that does anything. Can attack the bishop, try this next. It's probably wise. Bishop attacked my rook, so I needed to move it. He attacks the pawn now. Still I can move my rook up. So yeah, b3 is an idea now. And this pawn can't be defended by another pawn. So that's always a problem for him. And even now, takes. I take the bishop. So I can still play it, even though this rook didn't need to play rook d2. Takes, bishop takes, takes. I need to play rook a3, I think. Although... Okay, so maybe takes, takes, takes. Yeah, I can still play rook a1, because this check I can drop my rook back. Just don't need to allow him to make a queen there. So yeah, he can't really sack his bishop. Almost, but not really. I should have calculated this before playing it, but still. Should be alright. Yeah, and if he lets me take here, that's another pawn. Okay, he does. And maybe even with the rook, because this is nicely defended now, and that immediately comes with another threat. Okay, that's defended by the bishop now. I can try and go for this. Which at least is annoying for him to defend. Also defends a2 if need be. And try and swing my other rook over, stupid as it looks. Yeah, if he's gonna play passive, okay. I even have this check then. Okay, he decides to trade. That's interesting. Okay, let's say I play this check now, doesn't really do much. Allowing this, it's not best. Maybe this is okay. You can also play rook a5. He gets to choose which rook to take, basically. I think this is alright. And then here, does attack the bishop, but I think I want to take with the rook. Bishop can just move back. So if I take with the rook, there's still some things for him to deal with. So and it's opposite colored bishops, so it might be a bit drawish. And he could consider going for my pawns, but that comes with check, so probably not worth it. Okay, so that trade happened. Still, the bishop is kind of tied down to that. And maybe I can start using my bishop some more. Also, just activating my king is probably a good idea. To push this pawn at some point then. Yeah, let's say my king gets all the way over here. That's a nice blockade. Okay, is he planning to go for this and this? I'm just gonna bring my king, play g3 and get my king over. I don't really believe in this. Can also play a3, that's probably safer, by the way. So if the rook moves over, I can just play b3, put my pawns on dark squares where his bishop can never take them. And continue with my plan, bringing the king over. Now my king actually doesn't have a way in. Maybe my king needs to get in on this side of the board. You know, I feel like my bishop belongs here. Because it doesn't need to defend anything over here. And this just controls all these pawns. And his king could come in there, I guess. Here. Just move back. Probably there, even. Let's see what's best. Can also move up. Is he just gonna go for this pawn? I mean, I can defend it. Can also drop my rook back later. That might be better. Just allow this, drop the rook back. Unless he wants to go here. Question is, what move do I play then? And maybe swing my rook over and start attacking this. And he can attack my rook, but want to move it over anyway. And his king is a bit out of position now. So this could maybe get my bishop trapped. So I'm probably gonna have to go for this. I need to speed up. Interesting endgame. Probably better for me, but not easy to play. And okay. That's interesting. So probably I can just give up on that pawn and his bishop is pinned, which is annoying for him. This I can just take. Okay, so he's trying to go for this now. I don't know. Let's go for this or something. He's gonna win this anyway, so. And I still need to speed up. This is still defended. Okay, just thinking maybe this idea now. You could consider this, but then might have a repetition at least. Still trying to see if there's something better. Maybe trying to bring my king in. Takes, takes, push. That's probably not what I want. So I can't really bring my king in. Yeah, his king is still very weak. Or weak, but it's kind of out of the game. And he's playing slowly, so I should just play quickly. Okay, you can't take. Maybe he plays bishop here now. Yeah, makes sense. Can I push? Not really. Let's just take. Keep the rooks in the game. See what we can do. Might want to swing over here. So let's do that. Bishop can come here, defending this pawn anyway. That's tough to stop, I'd say. Can push. Loses this pawn at least. Oh, and I lose on time. Okay. Yeah. Nice game by my opponent. Let's go to the game review. I always struggle in these time scrambles. Both 91.9 accuracy. So pretty equal game. I did lose in the end, but I think it was quite instructive. Yeah, so this was all best. And here I'm just better. Winning a pawn. So the opening was very good. This idea wasn't best. I was considering this, so let's look at that first. Apparently he can just take here. I considered taking here. And then here. Okay, and just says queen takes, and apparently this is good for black. I thought this would be scary for him. Apparently not. Yeah, this was at least a bit better. Yeah, and I shouldn't have gone for the endgame. I should have just taken the pawn. I thought the endgame would be good for me. And this is already good for me. So let's see if the engine has any other ideas. Yeah, not much. This is just drawn. Yeah, a lot of moves in this game. Apparently here he had a takes b. Oh, of course, this is defended. Okay, I missed that. So did he. And then here you want a pawn back, and I just timed out. It was still a draw, but yeah. Still, good game by my opponent. Let me know what you think. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want more of this, and maybe become a member, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.